Yeah. So hello everybody. On International Nurses Day, the 12th of May, I wanted to introduce myself and say hello. My name is Fiona Barnes. I'm the Director of Nursing here at Kettering General Hospital. Wow, I didn't really know what to do when I was younger, and I was always so inspired with those people that knew exactly what they wanted to do in their careers and when they left school. As it happened, many of my grandparents and my parents were in healthcare, so it's probably not surprising that I headed towards a healthcare profession. And I sort of fell into nursing, really, having worked as a part-time job in a residential home, and really loved it. I was very quiet as a child, and I had the opportunity there to be much more myself. And the interaction with the patients, the clients at the time, was just something that I really enjoyed. And I thought, actually, this could be my career as well. So I started my training down in Plymouth, in Devon, and that was in 1985, many years ago. So when I trained many years ago, for some of the people that are watching, listening to this, my training was very much a learn on the job. So I was a student nurse, and I'll never forget my first day. I was so nervous as a student. I'd had my uniform pressed and my shoes shone, and I had an extra pair of tights just in case I got a ladder, and I was all ready. And we had hats in those days as well. So I had all my hats pressed and ready to go. And I arrived on the medical ward, and I was following the staff nurse looking after a patient. And what I hadn't done is had breakfast. And I was so nervous. And this poor patient was really unwell and was being violently sick. And I fainted. So I remember the ward sister. I can remember her name, but I won't mention it. She wrote in my report that I may make a good nurse one day, because on that first day, all she could remember was me fainting and thinking, what on earth has walked through my door? So that was my first day in nursing. My training was 3 years in those days, and that was linked to the School of Nursing, which was again down in Plymouth as part of the healthcare system. And I thoroughly enjoyed my student days, as anybody should and does nowadays. So it wasn't linked directly to a university as we are today, but it was much more based in the hospital. So that was they were my starter years. So my career has spanned a number of years, as you can work out, and each role I've taken on, I've tried to be the best I can be, and that's about knowing who I am as an individual, who I am as a nurse, and what I can bring to the roles and the career pathway that I've taken. And through each of my roles, what's been important to me has been my patients, has been the care that I've provided them and the compassionate care, but also the people that I work with. And I soon learned as I moved up the career ladder, so to speak, into a more leadership and managerial roles, actually, if the patients are to get the best care, then I need to not only look after my patients, but look after my staff, because our staff are the most important asset we have, and my staff are the most important asset that I have. And if I can look after my staff, then they will give the best care to our patients. So there's been many people that have inspired me over my time. A number of them have been in sort of leadership roles and managerial roles, and often they are people who stand up for the profession and stand up for patients and have a voice, which I know is something that I aspire to. But there's also been many people in my career who haven't been in leadership roles and who haven't been in very senior managerial roles, but they've still made that difference because they've cared about a patient. And I remember when I was a much more junior, I was taking a patient down for an X-ray, and I was walking with two porters and I was accompanying the patient and I was chatting along, and I got distracted and the patient was asking for me, and the porter literally came in beside me and was talking to the patient in such a caring way, and I thought that made such a difference because I wasn't there. The porter was able to see that I was building up a rapport with that patient to make them feel more comfortable about the nervous situation they were in. So actually, it doesn't have to be that senior person. It is often the rest of the team that will make a difference, that I remember making a difference to my patients. So the best bit about my job is the people that I work with, and that's often the way. But within nursing, for me, it is such a privilege. Throughout my career, not so much now, obviously, in the role as a director of nursing, but throughout my career, it has been a privilege, an absolute privilege, to be caring for patients at some of their happiest times in their lives, but sometimes the experiences are very sad times. And it's about how you not only look after and care for those patients, but their family, their relatives, and their loved ones, because that's the extended family. And I often think, how would I want my mum to be cared for? How would I want my father or my husband to be treated? If my sister came into hospital, what sort of care would she expect? And that's what I aspire to. And I think that's really difficult on a day-to-day basis. But it's holding that in the back of my mind so that each day, whatever role I've been in, and particularly in a more leadership role that I'm in now, how can I make a difference to my patients, and in particular those staff who look after our patients? I think it's, and I would say this team, I think it's the best career ever. It is so diverse, it has got so many opportunities. My career has taken quite a traditional route into a senior role, but there's many times that I've stepped sideways to get that breadth and depth of experience so that I can give the best in each of my roles. But for anybody that's thinking of coming into nursing or becoming a healthcare professional, be that a healthcare assistant or a physiotherapist or a midwife, then please don't hesitate to talk to somebody about the role. But it is, every day is different, and I think that's a unique position to be in for any role. And it's about how I can give care and compassionate support to people within that who are thinking about joining the profession, and that's really important to me. So on International Nurses Day, the 12th of May, as we celebrate Florence Nightingale's birthday, I want to thank all of you, all our nurses, our healthcare assistants, our nursing associates, and even our midwives and allied health professionals who will be celebrating their days on different dates. I want to say a big thank you from myself, personally, from the senior team, and in particular the executive team, for everything that you do day in, day out to make our patient care best it can be. Thank you.